I cannot get enough of The Walking Dead. It's probably a good thing, considering I'm years behind where it currently is, but I'm advancing at a steady rate, considering I'm now past The Walking Dead Volume 4, The Heart's Desire, and as I advance through the series, it becomes even harder to review these books without spoilers. But try I will to give an informative review without them. But, you know, I guess it's okay to tell you that the group is still in the safe jail, relatively doing alright despite all the deaths that were brought about without the direct interference of the supposed enemies. There are a whole bunch of new character dynamics tied into one another with Kirkman's masterful storytelling. A new, pretty mysterious character is brought into the mix named Michonne. She's pretty tough, as shown by her apparently easily disposable companions, but she does something to change a big dynamic within the group, and pretty much sets a bunch of characters on edge, however indirectly. Axel, one of the original inmates, is actually turning out to be a pretty likable character, but we'll see how long that lasts. There are surprisingly less deaths, making this book the least fatal so far, but don't worry, there's still some, and a death attempt, and don't worry, I won't spoil it. But I think it's at this point in the series that I've truly realized how little of a focus The Walking Dead really has. It's not a bad thing, just a popular observation I've finally made on my own. It actually reflects the obvious survival theme to the book, and the lack of ideas on what to do other than survive. That could easily be boring, but Kirkman's much aforementioned skill in character development and keeping numerous relationships going, through which some foreshadowing is going on, really doesn't lead one to dwell too much on aspects of a zombie story many writers focus on, such as why or how. There's even a one-page discussion that has no immediate repercussions, at least in this book, that nevertheless has me dwelling on possible changes in the future, an example of Kirkman's ability to keep the quality of such a large quantity of developments intact. But the biggest change seen in the book is in Rick, seen as early as the beginning and taken on in detail near the end. It's kind of disappointing, not in its execution, but in what it makes you think of Rick, and only drives home the fact that nobody is truly sane in this world. But even then, he says things that make you think otherwise. It's confusing in a good way, and every facet of this book makes you want to read more. The Walking Dead only gets better with Volume 4, The Heart's Desire, and that even goes for Adelard's art. This is definitely some of his best.